What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Caden, or Cantina Comics, and today we're going to be going over my final predictions for Spider-Man Brand New Day. As you're watching this video, I am currently seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day in the theaters, and I'll end up making a separate follow-up video to this one. If you're new around here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're very quickly approaching 1,000 subscribers, and my goal is to hit that by the time that Avengers Endgame Encore releases in theaters at the end of September. But with that being said, let's start off this prediction list, and I'm going to say right off the bat, I have to talk about Sadie Sink's character. I don't know if she's going to be Jean Grey. I mean, at this point, I kind of got to just start believing it because there's really no one else she could be. I mean, we know that the mutant saga of the MCU will be focusing on the Summers family, and I don't know. I just can't see Sadie Sink right now anyway as a mother. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just too close to Stranger Things season 5. When I think of Sadie Sink, I think of Max, and I don't see it for Jean Grey. I don't think she's going to be Tobey Maguire's daughter. I don't think she's going to be Spider-Gwen. I don't think she's going to be Shothra. We know she's not Jane DeWolf. There's not a whole lot of other options to go with, so I'm pretty sure she's just going to be Jean Grey. It'd be kind of crazy if she's just an original character that was created for this and they're creating this hype for nothing. We will have to see, though. And following up Sadie Sink's character, my next prediction is going to be that Jon Bernthal's Punisher is going to be appearing as something else after this. From what I've seen in interviews, Jon Bernthal really enjoyed coming into the Brand New Day world after One Last Kill, and it seems like he wants to explore this side of the character a little bit more. So could we potentially see him in the Ghost Rider movie or in the Midnight Suns movie, and hell, maybe even in a comic accurate costume? I mean, we literally got this dude saying that he wants to do it eventually at some point, which is crazy, especially for Jon Bernthal. I never thought he'd say that, and honestly, it gives me a lot of hope for Punisher's future in the MCU. And now following the Punisher, we're going to talk about the Hulk. From the trailer, we could tell that there are two versions of the Hulk that are going to be appearing in this film. We have Smart Hulk a little bit, and then we have the Savage Hulk when he returns. And I'm pretty sure from the Spider-Man and Punisher clip that had just released, Sadie Sink is mind controlling the Hulk, and we kind of saw that a little bit in the trailer too. I'm just glad that Savage Hulk is back, and I'm hoping that this version of him is going to stay. We're no longer going to get Smart Hulk. And I guarantee the Hulk is going to get blamed for whatever destruction goes on in this film, and Bruce Banner is going to end up being fired from ESU. Moving forward for the Hulk in the MCU, I feel like it would be best to just completely wipe all of Smart Hulk, meaning after Brand New Day, have everyone hate the Hulk and fear him, and also fear that Bruce Banner is losing control, and that basically just the Hulk that we had from the Edward Norton film all the way through Ragnarok, if we could get that back and how the general public viewed him, I feel like that'd be kind of the best bet at this point, because Smart Hulk definitely is not it, and I really hope he doesn't come back in the future. Thank you to Spider-Man and Liquid I.V for sponsoring this video. This giant Spider-Man Brand New Day package just arrived at my house, and we're gonna go ahead and unbox it all together. Okay, so here is the package, and now to open this, pull it down forward, swing into hydration. What is this? This is huge. So in the inside, we have this Spider-Man Brand New Day X Liquid IV briefcase. This is really cool. They actually have a handle on here as well. I did not know that this was getting sent out to me. I just got home yesterday and this was at my door. So let's go ahead and look inside. Welcome to our web. Dehydration can stop you from bringing your best for the people around you, but Liquid IV is here to help you stay heroic. Okay, mission enclosed. I'm gonna take a look at that in a second. We got a note here. For your hydrating web, we have Liquid IV electrolyte mix, sugar-free raspberry lemonade. This looks sick. As well, we have hydrating for yourself, Liquid IV hydration multiplier mix, Arctic raspberry. There's 6 packs in both of them. And we have this Liquid IV water bottle. Already getting fingerprints on it. I probably should have wore gloves. I didn't know this was in there though. This is awesome. It's metal. But yeah, so this is the box fully open. This is everything inside of it. It looks great. As well as this card, which we're gonna go ahead and open. The card says mission enclosed. So it says to hydrate your web. Help us to revitalize your community with 2 limited edition packs of your favorite hydration. One for you and one to pass on, so you can hydrate yourself and your web. Liquid IV and Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. Scan to enter. This summer long, Liquid IV is continuing our impact legacy by donating 500,000 plus sticks to real-life heroes at Direct Relief and World Central Kitchen. Join us by nominating a community hero for a chance to win a year's supply of Liquid IV. This is really sick. I cannot wait to give one of these away. I'm really glad that they're doing this. Thank you so much to Sony, Spider-Man Brand New Day, as well as Liquid IV for sending this out to me. Spider-Man Brand New Day swings into theaters on July 30th. I cannot wait to see the movie, and if you got tickets and are planning to go, let me know in the comments down below. With that being said, thank you to Liquid IV for sponsoring this video. Alrighty, now we're gonna move on to Peter's main group as well as Peter, but starting off this list, we have Ned Leeds. I really hope we can get some sort of nod towards Hobgoblin and start moving in that direction a little bit. We've had 4 films now with Ned, and his character really hasn't progressed all that much. We know that Ned is magical and can use a sling ring to create portals, but I guarantee that's not gonna be brought back up at all. Maybe at least not for the foreseeable future anyway. I just currently don't see anything else for Ned's character to really do beyond this movie. I don't even really know what he's gonna be doing in this movie besides creating a Spidey tracker and being an obsessed fan. I don't want Ned just to be whittled down to that. I want more for him. I mean, and we already got concept art of it for No Way Home. It wasn't used, but we have it, and I would just like to see some nods going in that direction. We don't have to fully commit to it in this film, but by like the 5th or 6th film, why not do it? And now moving on from Ned, we have MJ. And honestly, because of Zendaya saying that they brought in the screenwriter from Challengers to go ahead and do an MJ pass on the script and beef up the parts that she was in, I feel like they're gonna be adding more to her story and to her character. The MCU's version of MJ has been extremely underdeveloped, and maybe that's just me, and I would like more for her character. And I think in this film we're gonna see that. We see her relationship with Paul and them kissing, as well as her kind of trusting Spider-Man and also being on her own with Ned, graduating from MIT. So I feel like we're gonna start getting more of those elements, and maybe by fifth or sixth film, we're going to see their characters progress and become their quintessential comic book counterpart. But maybe that's just wishful thinking. And now with Ned and MJ out of the way, we cannot not talk about Peter, so let's go ahead and move on to him. We know that Peter's DNA is evolving and mutating. He's definitely going through some changes. We can see in the trailer that he gets his red eyes, as well as organic webbing and a couple other features, like this cocoon. But I honestly think by the end of the film, majority of the bad omens associated with these changes are going to be cured in some way. Like, I guarantee he's still going to have his organic webbing and a couple of other things, but the red eyes, for example, I don't think are going to stay. I don't know if he's being possessed. We don't really know yet how that's all going to go. If he's going to turn into Man Spider, I don't know if they're going to do that. That's kind of really out there, at least for right now anyway. It would just feel so out of left field, but I feel like by the end of the film, he's going to end up being cured. And I don't know. I feel like they have to set up something for Secret Wars, especially with the fact that Peter is not going to be in Doomsday and him getting the symbiote. I don't know if he's going to die and they're going to set up Kraven's Last Hunt for the 5th movie. That would be sick, by the way. Especially with that, we can bring in the Chameleon. I have so many thoughts about that. I would love to have the Chameleon and the MCU. I feel like there's so many great things you could do with that. But that's besides the point. I got a feeling they're going to have to set it up in some way. We know that piece of Venom is still in the MCU. Who knows, though? Miles Warren the Jackal. In Kraven the Hunter, this dude was mentioned so much from Rhino and from the Chameleon himself. And from what I can find, he was originally going to be appearing in this film, but they never ended up shooting scenes. And I feel like Sony in some way still wants to continue this. I mean, we have no clue who Keith David is playing in this film. I kind of feel like it's going to be the Jackal, especially with how he's talking about spiders mutating. He could just be a National Geographic voiceover actor in the film for like a TV thing. Why would they use him for that? They could use anybody else, somebody so much more cheaper. And Tom Holland has said that the main villain for the film has not yet been revealed. It has not leaked. No one has seen it. So I feel like we might have Miles Warren the Jackal here. I feel like that's also way more likely than Martin Lee, although it would be sick if Martin Lee was in here, but I also would feel like they'd want to tease that because everyone loves Martin Lee and no one really knows about the Jackal. I mean, they do, and if you read the comics, you definitely know about the Jackal, but general audiences don't because we haven't seen him in live action or really in animation-ish. So I feel like this would be a great way to bring him in. Quickly, I just wanted to let you all know that I went ahead and made a Discord server to connect with all of you better. There we talk comics, movies, gaming, theories, you name it, it is all there. If this at all interests you, go ahead and join the Comic Shop Discord server. Links are in the description and in the pinned comment down below. And now with one other villain or villain group I want to talk about, we have the Hand. Their inclusion in this film is very interesting to me, and I cannot wait to find out where, why, and how they're here, as well as who their leader is. And I think it might be revealed, maybe not in this film, but in Daredevil Born Again Season 3, it's Elektra or somebody else if she's still alive. It could even be Daredevil. Since Matt Murdock revealed that he is Daredevil at the end of Born Again Season 2, the Hand could come looking for him, either to kill him or to make them be their new leader. And it might even be why they're in the prison with Spider-Man, fighting him. I don't really know though. Their inclusion is so odd, and I feel like it's gonna tie into Born Again Season 3. I mean, at least it has to. But quickly, if you don't want to be spoiled, click off the video now. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Born Again Season 3 because of how this ties in. And I'm gonna give you 3, 2, 1, now click off. Alright, so Elektra is back for Daredevil Born Again Season 3. We have set photos. Elodie Young is back, and I'm so glad that she is. Her new suit looks great as well. The last time we saw her, she was the Black Sky. She was essentially the leader of the Hand, and presumably died with Matt at the end of the Defenders. But obviously we know from the Season 3 opening that Matt still survived. So I guess if he could survive, she could too. But at the same time, she's already died once before, so it would be kind of weird to bring her back if she's already died a bunch. But that's besides the point. I'm getting on a long tangent. I just got a feeling we're going to find out some more information about the Hand and who possibly their leader is, or if they're currently looking for one. So yeah, with that, we're going to move on to our one cameo that I think we're going to be having in this film, and that's probably going to be Yelena Belova. We've gotten reports over the last few months that Yelena will possibly appear in this film, and I feel like it's going to make sense. They're going to want to tie this in the Doomsday in some way, shape, or form, especially since Spider-Man isn't there. And if they have a Yelena cameo where she's trying to recruit Spider-Man to join the Thunderbolts / the new Avengers, and there's something along the lines of him being like, no, I'm a part of the actual Avengers or something, I don't know. I just feel like she's going to show up and try to recruit him in some way, and he's going to turn it down. I just don't know where that's going to be. There's only one post-credit scene apparently for this, and I don't know if it's going to be that, but I definitely think she's going to show up in this film just because Feige had also teased and basically almost spoiled Yelena's return.
If you're a fan of Yelena, wait until Avengers Doomsday. Yelena plays a big part in that. But if you don't want to wait until then, you might see Yelena a little bit sooner in the movies.
So yeah, I don't know. I think she's going to be here, and I think we're going to see her trying to recruit Peter. Alrighty, and lastly, for our post-credit scene, I got a feeling that this is going to be either a brand new trailer for Avengers Doomsday, a scene from Avengers Doomsday, something to tie into the film. This is the last movie that comes out before this, besides Avengers Endgame Encore, and we already know there's 7 additional minutes of footage in that. So whatever this post-credit scene is, I guarantee it's going to be the setup of Avengers Doomsday. Maybe we'll even show where Peter went, or if it's a post-credit scene that leads into Secret Wars, or he rises from the grave, Peter gets the symbiote, something like that. I just know there is no way in hell they're not going to have a tie-in to Avengers Doomsday. It would almost be stupid not to. But with that all being said, those were my predictions. I'd love to hear yours in the comments down below. Go ahead and drop it. At the time of me posting this and you watching it, I'm currently seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I'll be making a follow-up video on my thoughts and if my predictions came true. If you don't want to be spoiled, just stay off social media until you see the film. But with all that being said, it's been Caden, or Cantina Comics, and I will see you all in the next one.